Good morning, friends. Ann here, got my cup of coffee, got the Word of God, and today's reading is from John chapter 15, verses 1 through 17. Friends, this is one of my favorite passages. It's 17 verses. I'm not going to read it all to you, but I hope that you will go back and read it. I have so many notes in my Bible about this passage because it is one that is so critically important to our life as believers. Friends, this is the passage that talks about the vine and the branches. It starts with this: I am the true vine, and this is Jesus speaking, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit, he prunes so that it will be even more fruitful. And he uses this analogy of a vine and branches and the gardener to help us understand our relationship with God and how we can abide or how we can remain in him in order to be fruitful. But there's one verse in here that I always think about whenever I read this passage. And sometimes it gets me thinking about things in a new way. And today was one of those days. It says this in John 15:14. You are my friends if you do what I command. Friends, we have always talked about on this channel, on this in our network, on all of our programming, that the way that we come to know God is through grace. It is not through works. And yet here, Jesus is saying, you are my friends if you do what I command. So does that mean that Jesus is saying something different here? That he is saying that we get the chance to be a part of his vine by being good, by doing the things that he commands us to do, and then we get to earn our way onto the vine? Friends, sometimes I think we act as if that is true. We act as if, let me do more good things so I can be in better standing with God, so that I could have more love, that I can have more acceptance. What I want you to know is that that is not what Jesus is saying at all. That it is so true that all of the love that God ever will give you is available to you right now, no matter where you are. There's nothing that you can do to earn more love. Now, there is something you can do to experience that love. And this is where obedience comes in, because obedience doesn't help you earn more love from God. It helps you experience the love that God has already offered you. Friends, just like a branch doesn't earn the right through obedience to be a part of a vine, a branch is already a part of a vine. But by being connected with the vine, by continuing with the vine and remaining with the vine, the branch is able to experience all the nourishment and the nurture that the vine provides. Friends, when you and I separate ourselves from God through sin and through disobedience and rebellion, God doesn't remove his love. His love is still there. His love and his grace is available to us. But we have removed ourselves from the place where we can best experience it. When Jesus says, you are my friends if you do what I command, you experience my love as friends and family when you do what he commands. He's trying to help us know how to remain in him through obedience. So friends, you don't obey to be loved. You obey to experience the love that God has already offered. So friends, may today be a day where through your obedience, you experience the fullness of the love of God. Have a good day.